Now this is going to be an exercise on multiplying fractions. Now we actually already have an exercise on multiplying fractions, but we're going to make this one multiplying fractions 1 and rename the current one into multiplying fractions 2. Now the point of that is to actually have this exercise show some of the intuition about what you're doing when you're multiplying fractions. Our current exercise literally just has things like, what's 1/2 times 4/5, and it shows that you just multiply the numerator, you multiply the denominator. What we're going to try to do in this exercise is actually show graphically why that works. So we'll use a visual fraction model to actually show what we're doing when we're multiplying fractions. So we would show something like, what's 1/2? And what you do is you draw a box underneath it. And the box on the left you might want to divide this way. And say, let's multiply that out. Let me swap colors here. Multiply that out by, say, something like 2/3. And then you could draw another box. But this box actually slice it this way. So you pose the question like that. What is 1/2 times 2/3? Now the way the hints are going to work is let's actually just say, let's take 1/2 of 2/3. Let's convert it into the common understanding that people are going to need to know, that when you're multiplying something, you just fractions, you're just saying what is 1/2 of 2/3. So let's draw the 2/3 on the side here. Grab the pen. There we go. And then the next hint would say something like, select 1/2 of the shaded area. And what we would do here is we would actually overlay this red on top of it and show that half of that is really this piece of it. And then the last hint would actually say 2/6 or 1/3, and we would accept either of these as inputs. 2/6 or 1/3 of the box is shaded, therefore 1/2 times 2/3 equals 1/3. And when drawing these diagrams, by the way, you might have to play with how to graphically show it easiest. But the intuition we're trying to show here is, when you take a box that says 2/3 and you basically just cut it in half, and then if you were to count how much of what's remaining of the total box, that's basically what you're doing when you're multiplying out the fraction. And the answer on these type of problems, if we got to write out, will actually be multiple input boxes, one for the numerator and one for the denominator. So that's one type of problem where we actually show it graphically. Another type of problem might actually be multiplying a fraction with a whole number. So let's see how that will look. So I recorded this and realized my mic was on mute, so I had to re-record it here. But basically the second type of problem is going to say 1/3 times 1/4. So take a fraction and a whole number, and that's the problem that's going to be posed. The input box is going to be a mixed number, so it will actually have 3 input boxes, one for the whole number, one for the numerator, and one for the denominator. And the way the hints are going to work is, we'll say, let's say we have 4 boxes that are 1/3 full, and actually draw out 4 of these boxes, since the whole number is 4, and show them 1/3 full, and actually show them off all of the different colors. And then for the second hint, just literally say this is the same as, and show graphically how if you just filled in the boxes fully, you could fill in the same amount of material in 1 and 1/3 boxes. So this is the same as 1 and 1/3 full boxes. And so the hint should end on 1 and 1/3, but because this is multiplying fractions 1, don't know what happened to the one there. Because it's multiplying fractions 1, we'll also just accept the 4/3. We're not actually saying on these problems that you need to simplify to lowest terms. That'll come later.